Hi everybody, it's Rebecca at Rebecca's Vintage Beads. So today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to make a button as a charm or a pendant. So this is what we're going to learn how to do today in two different methods. Today I'm using bone, but it can go with any kind of button you have. So first we're going to start out with 24 gauge wire. This is to make the wire one, okay? So we're going to cut off about 4 inches of 24 gauge wire with my wire cutters, okay? All right. Now, first let's make this one. Yeah, that's long enough. So we're going to take a button and I'm going to run it through one of the holes. This is a 2-hole button. I'm going to run it through and make a loop, and I'm going to cross the wires like that. Cross them. Okay, now I'm going to take my finger. This is why I love 24 gauge. It's strong, but you can make loops around your base wire. You can also use your round nose pliers if you want to go really tight and make loops around your wire. However, I find it easier just to use my hands, and I'm making a loop around your base wire. Okay? Don't worry about what it looks like. It's going to be covered up, and you will get more perfect as time goes on. I mean, you'll get more experienced on how to loop the wire. Okay, then I'm going to just cut off any little tail so it's not sharp. Now, I'm going to add my beads. So I think I will use this one. And see my little tray of bone beads over here? I'm going to use a bigger one as a graduating, and I'm going to put a little bead that size. So I'm building up from largest to smallest, and then I'm going to add a hair pipe and my small beads. Where's my small beads? Here. I have this little small bead. Okay. So actually, I'm going to reverse it because did you see? This is a little bit smaller than the end of the hair pipe, right? So we want to go smallest to largest, right? Largest to smallest. So now, let's see if I have a little round. I do. A little round bead for the top. Okay, that's about equal. See how I am? Largest to smallest. Now I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going to hold on to the wire. See? And I'm going to bend it back, right? Now, to make the loop where you wrap the loop around the base wire, you want to hold on to your largest area of your round nose pliers and move that wire around to the back, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to let go. I'm going to hold on to this. You can hold on with flat nose pliers to your really nice loop. And at this point, I'm going to take my round nose pliers and I'm going to wrap it around the base wire. Take your time. It's a learned habit. It's a learned process. So you don't want to make the wire too taut. There we go. We have made 3 loops around our base wire. See how nice? And I'm going to cut that off. Cut that little tail off. And voila, there you go. A boho earthy bone dangle. Isn't that pretty? And it's got your wrapped loops at both ends. There we go. Now, say I want to make the pendant. So I'm going to take another button. I'm going to take my 24 gauge wire. I'm going to cut off about 5 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to bring the holes through the string the wire through the button, and I'm going to bring it up so it makes a nice little loop for the button to dangle in. I'm going to cross my wires. See? Now I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to wrap around the stem wire. And there you go. Okay. I'm going to cut off any excess. I usually do it 3 times to secure it. Oh, get up in it. There we go. Now, I'm going to make my loop so I can dangle it off of any necklace or whatever. So I'm going to bring this up and I'm just going to create a little loop. I love the 24 gauge because it's very malleable, or whatever you call it. Malleable. There you go. Now I'm going to cross my wire, right? There's my loop, and I'm going to bring it around the base wire. I'm covering up the base, the wire I just made to make the dangle. Okay, there we go. Now we have this. I have covered up that wire. Now don't worry if it looks messy, because messy loops around the wire is actually a thing. They actually get people try to make it look messy, but you will get more perfect in making these wire wrap loops the longer you practice. And there you go, easy as that, a pendant out of a button. Okay, so say you're more advanced and you want to use jewelry wire. This is 18 gauge jewelry wire. Okay, we're going to cut off about 10 inches or so. So I'm going to take a button. Now this method is using crimp beads. Okay, if you've never used crimp beads, this is how you do it. You put your crimp bead on your wire. I'm going to go through the hole in the button. I'm going to bring the 2 wires up through the crimp bead. I'm going to take my crimping pliers, which is this, crimpers, and I'm going to hang on to the second loop in the crimping plier, give it a little space, and squeeze. And this crimping plier, this crimp bead, I can fold it in half, and it just crimps really close to the wire. Okay, now I'm going to cut off any excess. Now, I have this jewelry wire. I can create another dangle. So let's use this piece. I think what I'm going to do is use a small one as a, actually, let's do something different. Let's go crazy. So I'm going to use something different. I'm going to use a big rondelle focal bead. And this has big holes, so I'm having to use small beads to space it out. Okay. Now I'm going to add this beautiful bead. Yeah, that looks good. Let's use this one. Actually, let's do this. Let's put this one on first. Yep, see, we're going largest to smallest. Then this one. Sometimes you have to take it off and examine. Are you doing it right? And then this one is smaller. But no, I don't like that. I like this first. And then this one. Yep, and then this one. There we go. I think I like this actually First, we're going to really graduate here. There we go, a cream one. Let's see, I have a little cream spacer, a little cream round bead that'll fit right in there. All right, there we go. We have a dangle. Now, we want to close that dangle, right? Make a loop. So I'm going to add my crimp bead to my wire. Okay. Now I'm going to take my loose wire. I'm going to bring it down through the crimp bead, and if you can, through the first bead. Some beads are big enough, some are not. If you can do it, do it. This one, I happen to be able to do it. Okay? So I'm going to push it down before you get very far. Okay, here's the tail right here. So I'm going to push my jewelry down, my dangle down, so it's all in place. Now I'm going to hold on to it and pull my wire so I have the size of loop I want. See how it's all kind of, make sure that's all pushed down before you crimp. Okay, let's bring it down a little more. There we go. Make sure it's all pushed down, the beads. Now I'm going to take my crimpers. Okay, I'm going to take and go to the second ream on the crimper, second little notch, and I'm going to crimp. Squeeze real hard, and then I'm going to go sideways in the first notch, and I'm going to squeeze it in half. Sometimes they're little slippery suckers, and you have to coax it in there. I'm trying to coax it in there. Get in there. There. It's being finicky. Sure enough, on a live video, it'd be finicky. Here we go. And if you can't, for some reason, pull it in half, don't worry. It's crimped. Now I got it. I got it in my hand. I crimped it in half. And there you go, a crimped dangle. Now I'm going to cut off the excess down here. I got to go through 2 beads, which is good. And there we go, a dangle on beading wire. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it taught you a little bit. And if you like the beads you see here, please check out my YouTube sales when I have bead videos, or send me an email, and I will put you on our email list. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye now.